just showed you 2 of them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all this other stuff. And you know what? After I finish showing you all this stuff, you're going to love everything. But you probably, are at the end, you're not going to know what you want to buy. And you don't know if I need a lot, if I need a little. Your husband's not here, you'll probably want to talk to him. So the company knows this. So they put in this 15-day trial period. So this way, it protects you and it protects me. It protects you because you can put 20% down on any set that you see today. And that way, and they'll send you the entire set. So that way you can play with it, you can try it out, you don't have to spend a lot of money, and that way you can talk to your husband who's not here so he can see it too. It protects me though because I get paid for doing these presentations, whether or not you buy. So, and I just don't want to, when customers tell me to call them back, like I hate calling people back. I won't even do it anymore. Because if I have to call them back, then I'm just calling them and annoying them about buying knives. And I just don't want to be that person. Like, oh, do you want to buy knives today? Oh, do you want to buy knives today? Like, that's just a horrible thing to do. So it protects me so I don't have to keep calling you back. I don't have to come over and do another demo for your husband. And your husband doesn't get mad at you, and you can really decide together, you know, if you want to keep the entire set by actually using it in your kitchen. So isn't that kind of cool they put that in there? I can't say I want to think about it. Just handle that. This is for people who want to think about it. Okay, so I'll go through a couple of things there. All right. A couple of things that I say in there. You know, so if the husband's not there, I just handle that. Okay, if the husband's not there, I still handle it. I go, so both of you guys can think about it. You can talk about it. You can use it for a half a month. Because guys, how do you think about knives? You can't think about knives. Oh yeah, thank God. Well, okay, like they don't remember any of that stuff. By the way, guys, I know you have these people who are like, oh, I'm going to get it to you later. I'm going to get them later. Let me please write this down in your notes. Not now means never. They are never, ever buying Cutco from you. They will buy it from the next rep that comes and does the demo, but not from you. And I don't care if it's your aunt that stands on the stack of Bibles this high and swears that she's going to buy the homemaker next week. Okay, she's not. Okay, and it's not because she's lying. Okay, if you put these people on lie detector tests, they pass. They really believe they're buying it next week. They're just not going to buy it next week. When it gets to next week, are they going to remember thermoresin, double the edges, the 4 parts of the guarantee, how it felt in their hand, how it cut the carrot? No, all they're going to remember is 2 things. What are those 2 things they're going to remember? $9.92 for knives. Okay, and when you call them back next week, they think of all the other things they can do with $9.92 that's more important than knives. Okay, and when you call them, they're like, oh, right. And as soon as they see your number, right, it's like they say, call me back next week. I'm going to get paid next week. Just call me back, and we're definitely going to buy them. No problem. We hit the lottery. Okay, we're going to get them next week. Okay, and then the next week comes, and as soon as they don't think about knives at all, they're going about their life. You think about knives all the time. It's your job. They don't think about knives. They're not thinking about it right now. All those people that you left, they're not thinking about you at all. All right. So now next week, as soon as the phone rings and your name pops up on their screen, guess what they go?
Nice job.
Oh, this Bushra calling about the knives. Hi, Bushra. Okay, and it's like, oh, and then it's like, oh, the knives, and then all these other things. Oh, you know, we do want to get them, but you know, right now this came up, and we have a bill, and this and that, and you know what? Call us back. You know, we'll call you back. Call us next week. Okay? Do you want to call them anymore? No, and you stop calling them because you don't want to harass them anymore, okay? And then they never buy, okay? And so that's what ends up happening. And by the way, it doesn't end there, just in case you're wondering, especially if it's people you know. Because people you know, you're going to see them. And every time they see you, they're going to remember they lied to you because they told you they were going to buy the knives and they didn't. So now they're like, oh, hey, you still doing the knife thing? Oh, you never called us. Oh. You're like, oh my God, leave me alone. Okay, like you don't even want to see these people anymore because they make you feel bad because you're making them feel bad because they lied and they never bought the knives. Okay, so understand, people will never call you about knives. They're not going to be watching TV next week going, honey, get us the phone, let's call them about the knives. Okay, like there's nothing that's going to make them call you. Okay, so it doesn't happen. So they're very believable at the demo, but they never do it later. Just understand that. So you have to handle it before it comes up. Okay, and I just tell them, by the way, didn't I just politely tell them I'm not going to call you back? I said, Mr. Jones, it protects you because you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can think about it. You can try it out. The company doesn't want you to buy anything that you don't really need. You put 20% down on a set, try out the entire set, use it for half a month. And by the way, they allow me to extend it from 15 days to 30 days, so I can give you a whole month to try it out. So you can really make a good decision by actually using our product. And it protects me because I don't have to keep calling people back over and over again because I just hate harassing people about knives. And I just don't want to be that person, to you or to anybody. I mean, I love doing these presentations; they're fun, but I just don't want to be that person calling people all the time. Do you want to buy knives today? You can understand that, right? The customer's like, yeah, sure. We totally eliminate that. Now they won't tell you to call them back because you're taking care of it. Everybody see how we do it? Is this helping anyone?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Yes.
When I was, well, my brother bought, but when he bought, he said, how is it written that you can extend it for 30 days?
It's right. Okay.
Because he was being skeptic and he said,
whatever. 20% don't buy. All right. So that just means that they're not open in the beginning. That's because the rest of the demo wasn't good. All right. So so that's just how it goes. So you say, I have the power to do that. I'm the salesperson. You have my number. Fine. Okay. I'll take it back. I used to tell customers, I'll give you the money out of my pocket. Okay. Because they never send it back. So anyway, let's handle. Oh no, that's okay. We already handled that stupid one. All right. So last one. Can I get pieces? All right. Who had somebody on this page ask you, how much is this one? How much is that one? Okay, good. Let me teach you how to do that. Are you using a black pen? Okay, so here's the thing. When you're on this page, guys, all right? Now, how do you feel about your black pen?
I like the way it writes.
How do you feel right now? How am I making you feel about your black pen right now? A second ago.
Weird,
right? Okay, it's like, some of you guys are like, okay, putting it away, okay? Now, all I asked her was, are you using a black pen? But it's how I asked, okay? That made her go, what's wrong with my black pen, okay? See, it's what's called reaction selling, okay? So I made her feel weird by the way I asked the question, okay? I do the same thing with customers when they ask me, how much is that one? Like, so ask me, I don't know, so the first one's the paring knife.
So, how much is the spatula?
The paramedic.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
By itself?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's odd. I don't know. Most people buy them in sets. You weren't thinking of buying them individually, were you? Okay. You're like, no. Okay. So that's how I handle that. Okay. And by the way, will she ask me again now?
No.
No. Okay. There's no argument. It's over. Okay. Like I've totally eliminated that. So if you want to know how I handle that, I just go by itself. They always go, yeah. And I go, I don't know. Most people buy them in sets. I really don't know individual. You weren't thinking of buying them individually, were you? Okay. And you shake your head like that. Okay. And they go, oh no. Oh, okay, good. All right. Well, the next tool is the trimmer. Okay. And then you just continue on. Okay. So that's how you handle it. All right. This is called reaction selling. Okay. But if you're going to be a parent, by the way, learn how to reaction sell. Kid falls down. If you go, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? They go. They start crying, okay? If they fall down, you go, oh, come on, get up, come on, we're good. They're like, oh, okay, I'm fine. Right? And they keep going, okay? So it's just how you react to things. If you react in a certain way, customers react in a certain way, okay? If you go, oh, I don't know, I think it's a lot of, okay? Then they're like, well, why don't you know, and this and that. You just, by itself, well, I don't know, Ms. Jones. Most people get them in sets, and I don't even know how much they are individually. Now, if they keep pressing, by the way, if they're like, well, how much? They're like, can you look it up? I go, I really don't know. $200, $300 for that one? I have no clue. Like that much? I go, yeah, I sell good products. I don't know. Yeah, okay. And then if I get to the end and they're like, and they want to buy a spatula spreader, I look it up. I go, oh, it's only $51. I was totally off. I told you I didn't know. Okay, so all right, so that's how it goes. All right, so now they're like, oh, I thought it was going to be $200. It's only $50. Yay. Okay. Don't be afraid to make people think it's going to cost a lot more, okay? You sell good products, guys. Our job is not to go, hey, let me sell you the cheapest thing we can do. We're not selling price. Does that make sense? We're selling quality, okay? So you have to talk about quality. That's what we're selling, all right? So anyway, so that's how you handle that, that thing. By the way, I'll give you one more tip, okay, as far as the demo goes, and then we'll move into some more stuff. You guys have, right now, you have the ultimate set. This is a different book.
It's in the back. Is it that one in the back?
In the back of it. I know. Let me just use your book real quick for sure.
Yeah, the ultimate set's on page 12.
Yes, I know. Okay? So, here's what I want you to do. You're going to move your ultimate set. Instead of it being here, you're going to move it back one page.